The square root of 324 is equal to 18, because 18 squared, 18 times 18 is 324. The square root of 49 is 7, and the square root of 64 is 8. So the square root of 49 64ths is 7/8. The square root of 10,000 is 100, because 100 times 100 is 10,000. The square root of 100th is a tenth, because a tenth times a tenth is 100th, or in other words, a tenth of a tenth is 100th. The square root of 0.25 is 0.5, because that's a fourth. Half of a half is a fourth. 0.5 squared is equal to 0.25. Negative, the square root of 169 is negative 13, because 13 times 13 is 169. The square root of 36 is 6. The square root of 81 is 9. We can reduce this to lowest terms, because 6 is 2 times 3. Oops, I better move down here. To recapitulate, the square root of 0.25 is 0.5, because 0.5 times 0.5 is 0.25. Or multiply 0.5 times 0.5, that's half of a half, is a fourth. Negative, the square root of 169 is negative 13, because 13 times 13 is 169. The square root of 36 81ths is 6 divided by 9, because the square root of 36 is 6. The square root of 81 is 9. And 6 is equal to 2 times 3. 9 is equal to 3 times 3. So we can cancel a common factor of 3, and we're left with 2/3. We could have simplified first under the radical as well. The square root of 0.16 is 0.4, because 0.4 times 0.4 is 0.16. Now the square root of 32. 32 does not come out to be a perfect square. It's not the square of any integer, so using your calculator, calculate the square root of 32. I get about 5.656854, but we're supposed to only round up to the nearest hundredth. That's the tenths, hundredths position. The next digit over is a 6, which causes us to have to round up this 5 to 6. So rounding up, we round that 5 up to a 6. So there's the approximate answer rounded off to the nearest hundredth. Now, square root of 77, similarly, we can't find an exact whole number. That's not a 77 is not a perfect square. It's not the square of any whole number, but we can nonetheless use our calculator to find its square root approximately. And for this one, I get 8.77496. 4387, and it keeps going, but we're only supposed to round this off to the nearest thousandth, tenths, hundredths, thousandth. The 9 will cause that 4 to round up to a 5. So rounding up to the nearest thousandth, we get approximately 8.775 for the square root of 77.